Alrighty, and we are back at 4:31 p.m. and we'll just go ahead and make this official. Friday, November 7th, 2025. And while I am waiting for this to continue sending files or uploading, if you will, which has been, well, taking forever, but to be fair, I did a little excursion downtown and had my phone on me, and that tends to interrupt the uploading process to a certain degree. But anyways, this is basically a reply or response to a comment that was made, and I am going to attempt to show you what we've got going on here, if I can locate this. And thankfully we've got a decent connection that's kicking. Okay, is it this one here by Happy Joy Joy? Nope, that's not the right one. We got to scroll back a little bit further and see if this is the right one. There we go. Okay, so this was approximately a day ago, and if you're seeing my reflection, oh well, big deal. You are having a rough day, mate. Locking, which actually should be blocking your subscribers, isn't going to help you see who is watching your videos. I have said many times, I watch when I can, simple as that. If not, cool, I can bugger off, which no, my friend, don't bugger off, because once again, I am going to go ahead and we're going to get away from YouTube and go over here to YouTube Studio, and there I am. Hi. And yeah, and we are going to go to, what is it? Total subscribers 357. And let's see. Well, it's okay. Let's go on back here to comments. And let's make sure that, okay, we've replied. Okay. And then the community spotlight, and I showed this in a previous video, to where it has comments and how many. Okay. And so we come on down here, and oh wow, they upped it now. Holy crap. Happy Joy Joy is up to 930, to where in the previous video that I did on this, it was 886. So once again, we've got us an all-time high commenter through Happy Joy Joy, which I always have appreciated his input regardless of what content it might have been over, and I have thoroughly enjoyed his channel while he was posting content. Alright, so believe me, David, I don't want you buggering off. Okay, so let's go ahead and get further into this. We'll go back to the dashboard, and let's see, where is it? Maybe we have to go back to YouTube, and let's go to the home, and well, we need to see your subscribers. Okay, now remember, 357 subscribers. At least that is what is being claimed. Okay, now at the top here it states only includes users who have made their subscriptions public. Okay, now yesterday, now I am basing this on yesterday's count out of 357 subscribers, and as we scroll down, and yeah, I could subscribe to a lot of these channels, but already the few channels that I subscribe to, I get so many notifications. And primarily it's because so many people have gone to that TikTok version of posting videos, or video shorts. But this list right here, as far as yesterday, was a total of 82 shown subscribers. Okay, so you figure out of 357, I'm not going to do the math, you can do it yourself if so desired, 82 viewers that are making their subscriptions public. So in other words, they're incognito. Okay? And as far as I'm concerned, that is a type of voyeurism. Right? I mean, when you get down to reality, that is where it's at. And so those that are trying to hide themselves, well, basically, in my mind, it brings about quite a little bit of suspicion as to why they have to go incognito. Okay? Especially when you have these little side chat rooms now. Okay? Just like on some of these other platforms, to where everybody thinks that what they are conversing about is in private. No, people. You got to understand that, anything online is under extreme surveillance today, regardless of where you might be located. And that includes outside of the United States. Mass surveillance system. Okay, but getting back to this, and as far as me blocking, now maybe you understand my sentiment or reasons behind that. Because, of course, so many right here that do not comment, and furthermore, because of that, I don't know if they're watching. So what good is it? Seriously, because this is supposed to be a social platform, no different than Facebook or X or any of those other social platforms. So, do I not have the right to be a little upset and to throw out that little threat that, hey, if you are not making yourself known as being a viewer through providing comments, then why should I even have you allowed to watch my content? See, that's where we're at today. And of course, that is part of that conquer and divide that has been going on for many, many years that people just don't realize, because basically they keep talking about unity. Okay? Well, unity begins with the family. The family creates the community. It is not outsourcing, bringing others in, such as that motto, that American motto of the melting pot. And now we have the situation to where flights are being grounded. And that's upsetting so many people. Why? Why? Because you've been divided and therefore conquered, right? There's no such thing as real nuclear families anymore. We've had women in politics and in Congress, such as Ruth Bader Ginsburg, that has, destroyed that concept of family. And once again, if you want to unite against the powers of control, it all begins with keeping family united. And then that leads into community unification. And through community unification, you can unite other communities. But it all begins with family. Okay? The elitists know this. That is why you don't deal with just one member that's in politics. You deal with the whole family, such as Trump, or the Trump family, or the Biden family, or the Obama family, right? They understand this concept of divide and conquer. And this is one of those forms of doing just that. And of course, because of my content, I get severely shadow banned. So why, my content basically gets blocked from being shared. And that's why I, tend to ask people, hey, share my content. But when you don't get views, even though supposedly 357 subscribers, but yet only 82 of them are letting themselves be known, and even out of these people here, well, of course, they don't have their notifications turned on, because you just get overwhelmed anymore. Because a lot of people, such as myself, come out with multiple videos in a day. Now, I do a vlog channel, pretty much a daily vlog. So I have reasons, not excuses, but reasons behind my motives. Unlike many people that's just tossing crap out there for entertainment purposes and doing nothing to prove anything. This channel proves, and it exposes and proves, such as I have shown in my previous video. Okay, so there, David, I'm not out attacking you. Rather, I am praising you because of the factor that once again, we go back to the studio and we go to those comments and we see this right here. That deserves praise. That deserves respect. That deserves, that gracious pat on the back. David, don't ever critique yourself or take things the wrong way, because you have been one of my biggest supporters out there, and I will never ever forget that. And and it carries a major amount of appreciation on my behalf. And it's just too bad that more people could not be like you, or like some of these other newcomers, such as Design Guru 222, that's been interacting with me, and Rare Breed. Even though I do and I'm not picking on Rare Breed either, but I am not religious. I try not to stomp on the feet of those that are of faith, regardless of what faith that might be. I turn my back on organized religion. Organized means control, okay? And religion was made in efforts of control. So once again, this is my little exposure of non-compliance and all that. And so when I make these little threats out there is adamant reasons and not excuses. It's to prove a point, because that is what I do on this channel. I try to expose and prove, and that's all there is to it. So, and for these others that have come to the table, and which, I don't even agree with some of these totals, because once again, we got AI that is mucking up the whole system and providing a lot of deception, and which I have shown enough proof of that through my community postings, as well as within some of my videos, such as how I'm conducting this one. And such as Louisiana Skywatch, I believe she is posting more than just 22 comments in the time that we were interacting. Okay, it's just like with Sharon Searley. Okay, now this could be more on the money, but as far as Louisiana, I don't think that's accurate. So you got to be careful of these analytics, because they can be very deceptive and cause just that much more complications through confusion, and it's bad enough that they're spraying crap in the air that adds to that, right? So there we have it. That is what I wanted to show. I need to get back to to this. And people, once again, if you're not aware, I have posted. Here's the thumbnail that they applied. and if you should happen to go to the link that I provided in the previous recording or videos description, That video itself can also be found on my geoengineering playlist. But this is from yesterday's recording, and then subsequently ended this morning with what we had as far as the fallout. So weather operation from beginning to end is what I show and what I expose. Okay? So if we were to go ahead and go over to, let's see if it'll come up. Yeah, let's just go ahead and hit view all. And you can see I've got quite a few playlists here, all right? And including, well, it'd just be nice if more people, there we go, spam. Okay, now this, oh man. Anytime that I get spam anymore, it is because of scrolling through the recommended watch list and accidentally tapping on the link or whatever that takes you outside of YouTube to whatever sponsor, and then subsequently, boom, spam comes through. Yeah, it's yet another game that's being orchestrated and played through this platform and ultimately through Google, you know. So anyways, as we scroll down, now where are we at? September's, man, I tell you what, if you're not familiar, please. And then my radar anomaly captures that and that's so speaks volumes as far as what has been going on in the skies overhead and how, you know, they operate from ground level through these so-called Doppler radar balls or heliocentric balls. I think that's the proper name, whatever, and how that is incorporated into weather movement and all that. So where did they put that? I know it's not at the top, is it? Maybe it is. Okay, and here's another one that, you know, I need more views, people. And this is why I have put out that little bit of a threat. Oh, there we go, right at the top, duh. Well, I guess it didn't matter. But anyways, here's my geoengineering playlist and 24 videos, and which a lot of information can be gleaned by what I show through this playlist. But once again, I added this in today. All right. So with all that being stated and shown, I got to let this continue to upload or whatever you want to consider it, sending files or what have you. And once, of course, this gets done, then I can go ahead and transfer this file over to my photo gallery within my phone and then begin the uploading process for this video. So David, always remember, you have always been appreciated and still are. And this is going to be directed to you, even though it is for all viewers to take into consideration. So on that note, as always, take care, have a great one, and maybe you'll join up with me again on this flip side and actually post a comment or two. Thanks for watching.